Hey everybody, welcome to Catandbeats and welcome to the final episode of Mixing and Mastering in the Box featuring the band Gliding Squares. Awesome guys from all over the world, and somehow they managed to record their track. There's bass, there's guitar, there are vocals from different parts of the world, and then popped here, and now I'm mixing it in Alkmaar in the Netherlands, in case you were wondering where I am. So, we got this band. It sounds like this. It needs to be on an EP with this one. And what we need to do now is we need to make sure that if we play the Gliding Squares Love Will Lead Us Home, and then after we would play this one, like as a listener, that there isn't an insane loudness difference. Because right now, as you can see, I've turned this down to -13. Now, last episode, what I did was I used the free limiters because I've been mixing this whole track with only free plugins. And thus far, I got really far with the track to sound great. This is what it was like before. So the difference is, it's really nice. But now we need to make sure that we get it equally loud. Now, the band, we basically, this one is coming out at about -7 LUFS. So we kind of have to get there. And last time I tried to get loud with that limited max one, but it just was not coming there. So what we're going to do now is break the rules. I'm going to use limiters that are paid for and that are not free. And we're going to check those out instead. We need some intelligent release controls that don't distort that much. So the first one I'm thinking of is going to be Ozone 9 and then the limiter in there. And the reason why I want to put the limiter first is I want to see how this song reacts when I smack it in too hard. So I have here the different types of limiters. So we got LL, this one, and clear and sharp limiting. It says every single time what it is, but we're gonna do the hardest thing, reduce pumping, and basically I need this to be as clean as possible. So we need about, there we go. We need about, I think I had the other one here. So we need about -13 dB to get to the final result. So I'm just going to immediately go in there, see how far I can push then, and then have a little look. I have an LUFS meter here, but there's also an LUFS meter, which is free over here. But let's just use both. Fuck, it doesn't matter, does it? Okay, it's going to be loud, by the way. So let's go to the loudest part of the song. And here I want to hit somewhere similar to the previous Gliding Squares track. So about -7-ish. Okay, that sounds pretty good. I'm gonna actually double limit it. So I'm gonna put one limiter here. I'm just gonna do for gain. Now try this one. Hitting -12. So we're hitting -12, and that means that we need to have 6 more-ish. So we're gonna go down here. Okay, so now we're about -7. The distortion is really okay. Like, it's really not that bad. So I'm going to keep it at that loudness for a second, and I'm going to listen to this song with the limiter on, and I'm going to EQ into this limiter. And maybe what we can do is we can kind of take away a little bit of bass. We can take away a little bit of kick drum stuff and add in a little bit more loudness so that at least it's going to be the same type of feeling to gliding squares love will lead us home. And that the final, the client or gliding squares are going to be happy because they're going to be like, yeah, that's nice. Also, if you're wondering why the hell are you going so loud, also have a listen to this genre of music. Like just go have a listen, go analyze it if you like. It's crazy loud. So that's just the way it is. So deal with it. Let's get an equalizer. I think I'm going to use the TDR Nova for a second. And let's try to get rid of things that we don't really need. So I'm going to try to high pass frequency filter it and see if I can already cut out a bit so that I can get a little bit louder and a little bit louder and a little bit louder. That's just basically what we're going to try to do. So this was the loudest part, right? So I'm going to loop that. There we go. Let's see if we can get rid of some. Take this number 1 over here and I'm gonna make this one bump down. So I think there should be a button somewhere so I can make this go. Yeah, there's a threshold I can turn on number 1 and I can just take that down just a tad. I'm gonna make sure that it keeps its punch. So I'll put my attack up. But that should make my limiter a little bit happier. Don't understand how this Nova parallel dynamic equalizer is actually free. Like, what the fuck, right? Anyway, so we got the low end. That means that we're going to be able to add a little bit more. And also LUFS, the way it works is if I bump this part, the LUFS is going to go up dramatically because how the LUFS works is that it uses the frequency spectrum to decide its loudness. If I would change this to RMS and I would put my low end more, then it would read louder in RMS language. But anyway, I'm gonna keep everything in balance. I don't really give a shit about numbers right now, but let's just have a listen to how balanced it sounds. I think it sounds pretty good already, but let's try to add in some more sizzly top. Is there a way to... Oh, oops. Is there a way to change this into mid-side? That would be amazing. Stereo. Oh my good God. Wait, can I change just number 2 into something else? So we can do mono side difference. Oh no, I would have to use 2 different EQs for that. Ugh, that's annoying. So then we'll keep this in stereo. I shouldn't really be too much of a twat though, but I will keep that there. And we'll turn this one off. This is for low end control then. Then we'll open up another EQ where we'll use the difference. The difference would be the side information. It's always nice to kind of push that. It's a cheap trick, but you know, it works. So we'll cheap trick it. We'll do, what is this? Precise plus? Okay. Stereo, the difference. Then I can, if I'm correct, now I can bump this. Let's high pass the low and see what it does. What a strange filter sound, eh? Now, I'm not a fan of just saying I'm going to strip my low end side information. I always say have a listen first, but right now I'm doing this. This doesn't mean you need to do this, okay? So that's pretty nice. That's actually pretty sexy. Now let's go back into this one. I kind of want to have a little listen to if I can find that snare drum. Let's try to get that one and also make that dynamic just to... Okay, great. Let's just listen to both of these on and off, and then we should be able to see the LUFS going up and down. So if I take it off, we get minus 7.5, and if I turn them on, we should be able to get a little bit more out of it. Minus 7.2. All right, so now we should also be able to add even more without the limiter doing much else, like much more, because the low end is less. Low end has more volume. Okay, I'm not gonna go louder than this because it's getting really, really silly now. And I can push more, but I don't want to push more. I'm going to just have a little listen between the gliding squares here and this one, and then have a feeling of, do I still need to put a compressor on to get everything to glue together and all that kind of stuff? And do I still need to edit out, what's it called? Then do I need to put in more low end or less low end and things like that? So I kind of need these two to be nice.
Lifetime of memory but I still remember those days in the sand. Very grateful is all I will live for without all the tension.
Okay, the loud, it's a little bit pushed, it's a bit over the top, so I'm going to take this one down. It's because there's too much going on. This is also just a tad much.
But I still remember those days in the lead us home. Each day we grateful without all the tension. Lead us home.
Okay, so what I want to do now is I kind of want to have like a nice squish, like a little squish to add in. Squish, what I mean is like a compressor. I feel like we're already where we need to be, but now just a little bit of magic fairy dust. We have tons of compressors to choose that I haven't really used, like the TDR, what? I can't fucking pronounce that. And the M compressor. Let's just pop them all on. And the last thing I want to do is focus on what we wanted to do to begin with, which was that it's that tight little type of sound that I wanted to rock through. So watch episode number 1. I'm going to open up every single compressor I have and just shoot them out against each other and see what will come out on top and what will help us the most. So let's just start off with Acoustica's 10. I still don't know what schmut means over here, but yeah. Holy shit. Hello? Can you not? Thanks, man. So let's start with this one. Wow, you're doing a great job.
But I still remember those days in the sand pit. Without all the tension, just innocent friendship. Those were the days.
Let's put these compressors after the EQ, by the way. Because otherwise it's just going to be silly. Also, my CPU is going like, what are you doing? Put this over here for a second.
But I still remember those days in the sand pit.
This one's pretty cute, this Acoustica 10. Okay, let's try the Frontier one. Boof, boof. Get rid of this one, get rid of that one. Frontier. This one's immediately stupid loud, so I'm just going to turn down the volume. Okay, now turn it up.
But I still remember.
That one does not work. All right, get rid of it. Then we have Rough Rider number 3. This is instantly not nice. We have Midget Juk.
But I still remember those days in the sand pit.
That's too colorful. Not happy. M compressor. What? Linear, soft, hard, soft knee. Okay, nice.
But I still remember those days in the sand pit. Without all the tension, just innocent friendship. Those were the days. Those were the days.
Okay, contender. It's actually pretty nice. There's no internal sidechain though. It's a contender. It's no, it's not that good. Okay, then we have the TDR cut to. Yeah, what? What is this? We have wait, low frequency relax. Low frequency relax. The fuck does that mean?
But I still remember those days in the sand pit. Without all the tension, just innocent friendship. Those were the days.
What is really? Oh, you have 2 releases. One release on the peak and one release on the RMS. They are both turned on in one go. How weird is that? Let me like put my brain that way. What does delta mean? Okay, wait, let me fix my brain. There's a release on the peak. Okay. And then there's a release on RMS. Okay. And then the sound, so it'll be... And then, let me think on the sound. I don't know if that would be nice to have a double release. And we have this as well, which we can... This is the internal sidechain. That's nice. So then I can do the... Whoa. So I can... This is fucking advanced as shit. So then I can take the... I can take my top end and release it double. Why would I want to do that?
But I still remember those days in the sand.
Ah, fuck it. It sounds good. Anyway, let's try out these two next to each other. And then see which one we like.
But I still remember those days in the sand. Without
I'm gonna do something here. This one is... Okay, whichever one is on now is distorting. So tan is out, and the TDR, although I really need to think about the release RMS stuff here, wins. It's weird, but it just does work.
But I still remember those days in the sand.
Okay, it's still distorting a tad. I mean, a tad of distortion, but it's not like the end of the world type of distortion. Okay, pretty good. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to say goodbye. I am. Not forever from YouTube, because I'll be mixing another one with some plugin company and it'll be a lot of time. But I'm going to say bye for this whole series or season of episodes again. And I will see you guys again sometime soon. If I end up with 100 patrons, the next YouTube videos will actually be me building a studio in the attic. And the attic is a nightmare of a space. And I only want to build a studio there just to show you that even you, if you're sitting in a bedroom, can do it as well. And I can kind of then take all those myths and shit things that you can see online with foam, this and that, and carbon magical pebbles that you need to shoot up your butt for it to be like working. But like all those things, you know, the sub pack for your ass. So all those things, we're not going to do that. We're going to just measure it. And even in a terrible room, we'll be able to get a relatively decent mixing environment. Okay, this is it for now. I'm going to go and listen to this whole song. If you want to listen to this song of how it actually came out, check the description below. Make sure to follow Gliding Squares. They have been so gracious to let this whole thing come out in the open so you can all see what a real mixing session is like. And definitely these guys are talented and lovely. So give them some love. And yeah, if you want to feel that summer vibe, close your eyes and then pretend you're in a live scenario. That's how we mix this track. And also the same with Love Will Lead Us Home. Much love, guys. My name is Guido, over for catandbeats. And see you guys soon.